The Brown Ledge community is created through friendships, attentive staff members, and communal meals in the dining hall. Friendships are at the heart and soul of camp life. Cabin mates are called bunkies.
It's amazing how close you get to these 4 or 5 bunkies in 2 months, just from living with them. I walked into my first cabin ever when I was 12, Cuckoo's Nest, and was terrified, and was so quiet, so shy, didn't know what to do, didn't know how to talk to anyone. And by that afternoon, the 4 of us were skipping down the road arm in arm, Wizard of Oz style.
One thing that makes Brown Ledge really different from other camps is that you don't have a counselor who's always in your cabin, and it's just your space. You get to be with your bunkies 24/7 if you want to, and there isn't an adult there to monitor you, and you can just be completely yourself with other really cool girls, and you don't have to worry about being judged by an adult or whatever, and I think that's something that makes you become so close as a cabin.
Each cabin is assigned a junior and senior counselor. The senior counselor visits every night during counselor time. The junior counselor spends rest hour with the campers after lunch.
Even though we're kind of technically there to watch over them for an hour and to see what they're doing and make sure they're making the most out of camp, we end up being their friend, being there for them with the smaller things that aren't necessarily just about camp. Yeah.
The Junior Counselor Leadership Program is for girls who have graduated the 10th grade and who wish to learn how to teach and mentor younger girls. JCs teach 2 hours a day in their chosen activity, have weekly classroom meetings, and serve as role models for the campers.
After our counselor leaves, we just hang out, we read magazines, we play lots of fun games, we tell secrets. A lot of it's just quality time. We tell stories, and then sometimes we'll just tell jokes and we'll laugh at each other's stories. It's really fun.
It's such camaraderie and such closeness. One of my bunkies was very sad to be leaving, was very upset, and we were all sitting in a circle on our beds holding hands, being very sad that the end of camp was near. And she was like, we all have to promise each other right here that we're gonna grow up and all be neighbors and have daughters and send them all to Brown Ledge, and they're gonna be best friends. And we were all like, yes, of course, no doubt about it, we're gonna keep in touch forever. But at the time I really was yes. Yes, of course, there is no other option.
The dining hall at Brown Ledge is a center of activity. The entire camp comes together 3 times a day to share meals, conversation, and of course, lots of singing and fun.
It's just the comfort factor. The people who you're here with want to be here with you too, and there's no groups that you have to try and break into. We're all here to be together. And that's different than at school, because when you're at school, you're trying to be successful and you're trying to be the best you can be. But here, you don't have to fight for that. You don't have to fight for that attention. You don't have to fight for those accomplishments. Once you find your niche in camp, what activities you want to go to, your bunkies, the people you live with, who you want to spend your time with, it just becomes so comfortable. It's so easy.
You see the Brown Ledge sign when you drive in, and it's amazing because you know that the girls you're bunking with, you love them, they love you. I don't know, it's really hard to describe. It's everyone loves being here so much, and there's no judgment. It's such a different atmosphere, I think, than, myself included, many girls experience at school, where there's a lot of judgment, and it can be really, really difficult being in middle school and high school. And then you come here and everyone's just so happy and excited to be here and so excited to be with each other. It's really amazing.